and I'll.
All right, good afternoon. And for those of you who do not know, I am speaking with Janet Sabuco. Janet is the Associate Dean of Finance and Administration at the University of Arizona College of Medicine, Phoenix. She also serves on the AIM Council, the AAIM Board of Directors, and the AIM Program Planning Committee. Welcome, Janet.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Dee Dee. Pleasure to speak to you today.
Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today. It means a lot to us, very much. So let's get started. So my first question is, can you please share with us your journey and how you got started as an AAIM volunteer?
Oh, it would be my pleasure. So this was quite a number of years ago when I first discovered the AAIM when I started out in hematology oncology. It was a few organizations ago in my career when I was at University of Illinois in Chicago. And I happened to become a new section administrator for HemOnc. And I was starting to look at how do I kind of build my knowledge base around that activity and learn more about academic administration. And what I found at the time, and I don't necessarily know how I ran into it, but I found the AAIM and all that they do to support administrators. And one of the resources I thought was so critical to my success was the Department Administrator's Handbook that I think at this point is in its fifth printing. And at the time, I think what I had gotten a copy, it was in its second or third printing. And I recognized through reviewing the document just how incredibly helpful it was. It was really all of our jobs in a nutshell in a book, which I thought was both unique and incredibly helpful. And that kind of started me on my adventure of learning what it meant to be an administrator and how to help me with my own success. And when I had first reviewed the document, I saw all the various people that I had known through different parts of my career. And so it was really critical. And that I was the section administrator for about 3 years, and I moved on to Northwestern and then was recruited to run a department of psychiatry. But what was unique was I recognized what a valuable resource AAIM was. So I did psychiatry for a number of years and joined other professional organizations, and then came back into medicine at another job at University of Utah, running the Department of Medicine. And what I thought was really critical during this process was this idea of mentorship. We're often a kind of forgotten breed, administrators. I don't think it's malicious or intentional in any way, but I think often we have to kind of run our own careers and find our own way. And I thought that was a bit of a disservice. And the more I matured in my knowledge of academic administration, the more I felt it was really critical to be able to network and give back to those around me.
Absolutely.
So when I got back into medicine, I rejoined AAIM at the department level and continued to use not only the resources of AIM, but also the resources of the booklet that I had purchased. And what was funny was I then bought in bulk. And not only did I hand it out to folks in my department itself, other division administrators and research administrators, but I started when I was networking with my other colleagues in other subspecialties, surgery, anesthesia, OBGYN. I shared the resource, and they thought it was just such a rich environment and document, and we're just very thankful for the ability to share that resource. So I have since bought, I think I'm on my the fifth version, as I mentioned prior, and bought many multiples of copies to be able to not only share with my colleagues in my past organization, but now at University of Arizona, I continue to share not only the organization, but the resources that the organization offers, because I think it's a wonderful launching pad for really understanding our business better.
Absolutely, I agree. Okay, and can you share with us also, what does being a volunteer mean to you? What does that word mean to you?
It's such an interesting thing. I volunteer my time willingly and passionately because I've had so many people give back to me.
Yes,
And I think none of us can be successful by ourselves or on an
that's right.
island. We
That's
really
right.
need to have a network of colleagues and, I'll call them friends around us to help
Absolutely.
continue to breed our own success and then their success as well. Um, and I would say that for myself as a volunteer, I feel like I get back much more than I give. As much as I offer my help and resources to others, I find it comes right back at me with other networking opportunities, insights, resources,
Yes.
things such as policies and other voices to be able to share their knowledge. So it's the more I do it, the more I get, I guess is the big
Absolutely.
takeaway.
Absolutely. Okay, and my last question for you, Janet, is what advice would you give other members out there that are maybe considering or thinking about becoming an AAIM volunteer as well? What advice would you give those people?
I would say, I think often there is fear at the beginning when you volunteer for something because
Hmm.
you think, oh, this is going to take up so much of my time and it's going to kind of strip you of valuable time that you have. And I would say in many ways, the opposite is true. Whenever I've volunteered or been actively involved with either this organization or folks within the organization, I find that I get back so much more knowledge. And I think it just helps me become an even stronger administrator. It's
Yes.
really helped in my development. And I think it's just something that is critical to do because often faculty have a timeline around their development through their careers, but we don't think about that the same way with administrators. And I
Hmm.
think we have to, especially as we mature and develop in our skills, we have to figure out how to give back because we get closer to the end of their careers and we recognize that we have so much talent and information that it's important to be able to spread that joy. So my advice is volunteer, don't be scared, take baby steps,
That's
and you
right.
will find that it is a rich environment and a rich people that will give back to you as well.
Absolutely. That's wonderful. Well, we sure appreciate everything that you have done and will continue to do for the Alliance for Academic Internal Medicine. We appreciate you very much. And I thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me for a few minutes. This has been really great.
Yes, and if anyone has that you find has questions about this or
Yes.
just needs someone's brain to pick around this, I'm more than willing to chat one-on-one or as a group with various folks within our group. And whether that's faculty or administrators, I think that collaboration, just collaborative ideas are really critical to all of us in our growth.
I agree. I agree. All right. I appreciate it so much, Jan. It's been really nice speaking with you. That's going to do it for our interview. I really appreciate it. It's been really great speaking with you. And thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today.
Absolutely, Dee Dee. It's a pleasure as well. You have a wonderful day.
All right. You too, Janet. Take care. All
Bye-bye.
right. Bye bye.